everyone, this is Caesar from the EFWA team. Today I'm going to be talking about these 4 stories: enabling a VPS server, disabling one, and enabling and disabling a terminal on a VPS server. These stories are EFRT-1714, 1635, 1713, and 1638. I'm just going to be taking a quick look through the acceptance criteria to show what's been done. So a new column was created, status, all the way on the right. There previously was a status, however it has been renamed to active, and I'll go over that shortly. But for 1714, there should be a status for that with a power icon. And so when we enable the server, all of its installed terminals are discovered and enabled. So we make a call to discover terminals, and then these discovered terminals should then also be enabled. Alright, let's just go through that. So currently having the VPS project running, as well as the EFRT project. So let's log in as an admin and head over to VPS management. So currently we have one server, and these are the 2 terminals in our database. So when we go to connect this server, so as I said earlier, we used to have a status, but now that's been renamed to active. In EFRT-1633, the ping function was developed that checks that this server is indeed alive. Every 10 seconds it pings it, hence the little loading bar that pops up from time to time. So when we go to connect this server, remember that we only had 2 in the database, but we actually have 3 in our terminal directory. So we have DEA, D0E, and ABC. ABC, D0E, and DEA, but we only have these 2 in our database, so discover terminals was called. None of them are connected, obviously, because the server is not on. And we're connecting it. Server successfully connected. Okay. Our 3 terminals are now listed, and in the database, this is reflected with a new terminal as well. Alright. So let's set one of these terminals to just not be connected. Let's put DEA for example. Alright. So DEA is not connected. So if we look at the acceptance criteria for enabling a terminal, 1713, so when we enable them, a call should be made to discover terminals, and this may result in the removal of the terminal from the list if it no longer exists on the server. So we're just going to delete it from our server here. We're going to go back into it and try to enable the server then. Or terminal, I mean. There's a message up here: terminal was not started. It has been removed due to no longer existing on the VPS server. And that's how discover terminals returns to us, so it's no longer here. And in the database, a deleted has been set since it no longer just exists. We went through it and we changed these to signify we've deleted it. Alright, let's keep going. So disabling a server. So when we disable the server, the criteria was that there's a new status column as we saw, and that when we disable a server, all the terminals must be shut down and disabled before the VPS is disabled. Alright, so if we go to the MT4 server service, and we head to disconnect server, we get our server, and then we call shutdown terminals with this server ID. And then after we complete that action, we would then set the connection server status to false. Oh wait, well let's show that as well. So if we go to shutdown terminals, we then call disconnect. And disconnect goes through, and as mentioned in the acceptance criteria for disabling a terminal, disabled terminal should call the run command function on the corresponding VPS API. So here in the disconnect function, we get the request for terminal/run command, we pass all the necessary components, and then we just execute it. So let's set a breakpoint in the VPS for run command to see that we're actually hitting it. Alright, so let's disable the server. Alright, disconnect. And we hit this breakpoint that we created for run command. So it's being called. Alright, successfully disconnected. Alright, let's see. Now if we try to enable it, we'll get the little list again saying that the status of these terminals is false, so they were shut down, and shut down. The run command was called twice since we're shutting down all the terminals. And that's pretty much it for these 4 stories. If you have any questions, please contact me, Cesar Sarmiento Rodriguez, or the product owner and mentor for this project, Dr. Masood Sajadi. Thank you.